We welcome you to this series, Diversity in Service. Lions serve their communities in different constitutional areas, and each area has its own culture, and some areas are large enough to be truly multicultural, even multilingual. Whereas the Lions may be conducting the same service activity, the expanse, follow-up, planning, execution, and assessment methodologies may vary significantly. And there is so much we could learn from the best practices of each other. That is the USP for this series. It will also help us create a global resource which we could use with pride as we proclaim even to the non-Lions how our clubs are impacting in making this world a better place. Right from the stage of conceptualization, Vice President Dr. Patty Hill has been instrumental in sharing her vision with us. This series would not have seen the light of day without her guidance. On behalf of my co-host, PID Sangeeta Jatia, and myself, it is my proud privilege to invite Dr. Patty Hill to address and explain what you could expect in this episode. Over to you, Dr. Patty Hill.
Hello, I'm Vice President Dr. Patty Hill, and I'm very happy to join you today virtually for this global service symposium all about Lions combating diabetes. Lions have been Knights of the Blind since 1925. As you probably know, one of the major causes of acquired blindness is diabetic retinopathy. While we as Lions continue to support vision needs all around the world, it is critical that we explore all the ways that we might be able to prevent blindness, and in this case, do that through preventing and treating diabetes. Today, during this symposium, you will learn so many of the unique and exciting ways that our Lions clubs all around the globe are addressing the needs in their communities around diabetes. This includes diabetes screening events, online diabetes screening, training of service dogs for those living with uncontrolled diabetes, diabetes youth camps, some of which have now gone virtual. We also have diabetes specialty clubs devoted to this work. You'll learn about diabetes walks, in person or virtual, which help not only to raise awareness about diabetes, but to model healthy lifestyle among all of us. This symposium will also bring you featured information about larger projects where there are diabetes clinics or treatment centers that have been established and maintained by Lions. All of this work is critical to meeting those local community needs for people living with or at risk of diabetes. Often, our Lions Clubs International Foundation provides grants that support some of these activities. And so we want you today to jot down any notes that might be new for you or your club members around our Lions Clubs International Foundation grants for diabetes response. Today, the diabetes service projects being presented here range from short-term to long-term. They address the needs of youth, adults, and our elders. And many of these projects are small-scale, while others are large-scale. Regardless, I hope that somewhere among today's presentations, you will find inspiration, that you will gain a renewed commitment to service that you are offering in your communities. As you participate in this global service symposium, my request of you is twofold. Number one, as you listen to these amazing presentations today, think about the ways that your club is addressing diabetes locally. And please be sure to report every month to your club service chairperson and your club secretary, the service that you are doing around diabetes, please make sure that your service is reported on My Lion. So, number one, please report your diabetes-related service. Number two, if you are not currently engaged in a diabetes-related service activity with your club, please take these ideas back and have an open discussion with your club members about the needs in your local community and how you as Lions can truly make a difference for those living with diabetes or at risk for diabetes. Thank you and enjoy your day at the symposium.
Thank you. Thank you, Vice President Dr. Patty Hill. And now we welcome the international leader of the Global Action Team, past International President Kajit Habanananda from Bangkok, Thailand, to bless us and guide us as we continue our journey of service as Lions. The encouragement that he provided was exemplary ever since we initiated the planning process for the series some months ago. We are so obliged, Past President Kajit, and over to you.
Thank you, Past International Director A.P. Singh and Past International Director Sankita Chatia for bravely organizing and handling this all-important symposium of diversity in service. As you know, we are all in the midst of this pandemic, COVID-19, and yet the Lions continue to going strong, keep going, especially the Lions International. The important key here are those two words as you see it on the screen: diversity in service. Diversity is actually tell the whole world what exactly the Lions people are. We are from diverse background, a lot of different things, but yet we coexisting together and did a wonderful job for more than 100 years. Now, service is the key to our very existence as a Lions Club International. For one, like our flagship, if you will, So therefore, people join the Lions International because the Lions Club, because they want to serve. They want to do something, make a difference to their community. So service can be in any way, any form, as any shape, as long as it serves the people and its community. And the thing is, we serve because we really want to. We inspire. Something have driven each one of us to do something a little more than extra work, and that is to help others without expecting anything in return. And because we can make the difference and to make an impact, to show that we care, and it got to come, first of all, from the heart. Now take diabetes. The diabetes, it's a serious medical situation globally, actually. Hundreds of millions are suffering from. I always thought a long time ago that people who got diabetes because their way of living, their lifestyle. So you get to adjust your own lifestyle in order to combat this to begin with. But the situation has got out of hand. So the people who suffer, they really need the Lions' help. And we, the Lions member, can do wonderful things. And once you got this diabetes, it must be treated with care and with discipline. Because most of the Lions members are not medical experts, but we can help in many ways. Vice President Patty had already mentioned different kind of way that we can help, like giving information or talking to the people in our community, personal visit, etc., etc. The key here is to customize our service to suit the need of the people who suffer from diabetes in your backyard. And this could be in any form, any way you like. First of all, you got to gather the information. Once you have the correct information, then you can design the way to perform the service so that it gives you the maximum effectiveness. So with that, I think also we can learn from the other area who have successful completed the service, I think we can learn a lot from them, and they can learn some from us in the similar way. So this seminar or this symposium will provide each one of you, the participant, with the facts, with the figures, and then give you the design so that you can go home and customize your technique to bring about the service back to your community the way your members of your club wanted to do. So I wish you all a very successful symposium. Remember always that enjoy what you are doing, always. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Past President Kaji. Thank you for those words. Thank you for all the inspiration that you always provide. And now, before we move on to the service programs, and we have 20 different clippings of service programs from across the world, let's first hear our LCIF chairperson, Gudruninga daughter, sharing her views about what diabetes is and how it impacts our life. Over to you, LCIF chairperson Gudrun.
I first want to talk about the need, because the need is great and the statistics are staggering. In recent years, diabetes have been identified by the World Health Organization as one of the leading causes of death globally, despite the fact that it can be treated and its consequences avoided or delayed with diet, physical activity, medication, and regular screening and treatment for complications. According to the 2019 Diabetes Atlas, approximately 463 million adults are living with diabetes, and it's anticipated that by 2045, this number will increase to 700 million. 1 in 5 people 65 years of age and older have diabetes. 1 in 2 people with diabetes doesn't even know that they have the disease. Diabetes has caused 4.2 million deaths, and sadly, more than 1.1 million of our children and adolescents are living with type 1 diabetes. It is because of this immense need that LCIF is committed to helping Lions educate the world on the need for diabetes research, programs, and initiatives. LCIF's goal is to partner with you to reduce these statistics in the coming years through service, investment, education, and kindness.
As we see and talk about these diabetes projects from around the globe, we do understand that there are many very innovative and creative projects, but here we can only see and talk about a few. Diabetes screenings in schools, parks, community centers is a very common activity undertaken by Lions across the globe. Here we will see how Lions of Kolkata District 322B1 have benefited the community by organizing such screening camps in underground rail stations.
আমি রোজই প্রায় মার্কেটে আসি, চাঁদনি মার্কেট। এখান থেকে যাবার পথে আমি দেখি যে আমাদের এখানে লায়ন্স ক্লাবের উদ্যোগে একটা ব্লাড সুগার ক্যাম্প হচ্ছে।
We organized Lions Diabetic Screening Camp in Esplanade Metro Stations because it has got highest footfall. তখন উনি ভলেন্টিয়ার আমাকে কনভিন্স করলেন যে আসুন দেখুন টেস্ট করান, এটা তো ফ্রি চেকআপ। Every month we organize camps where more than 100 people get benefited.
We partner with Apollo Hospital. They bring their medical expertise in the form of technicians.
পেশেন্টদের ডায়াবেটিস অ্যাওয়ারনেস করি এবং তাদেরকে ডিটেকশন করি যে তাদের ব্লাড সুগার আছে কিনা।
আমি কিছুই জানতাম না আমার সুগার আছে কিনা।
আমি সারপ্রাইজ যে আমার সুগার ছিল।
It's really shocking for me that I have blood sugar 475.
বেশি জনগণের সঙ্গে একসঙ্গে যুক্ত হয়ে আমরা তাদেরকে অ্যাওয়ারনেস করতে সাহায্য করি এবং সেটা সুবিধা হয় খুবই।
চেক আপ করালাম, দেখলাম একটু হাই আছে। So if we screen them, if we make them aware, I think we are going to cure this problem.
আমি 1 বছর যখন ফুড হ্যাবিট এবং মেডিসিন খাওয়ার পর নিজেকে ডায়াবেটিক কন্ট্রোল করার পর এখন অনেক বেশি এনার্জেটিক মনে হচ্ছে। টুডে মানে আজ আমি এখানে আবার টেস্ট করেছি, সেখানে আমার এসেছে 117।
আমার লাইফস্টাইলটা চেঞ্জ হয়েছে, আমার পুরো লাইফ চেঞ্জ হয়েছে। লাস্ট ইয়ার 288, নাও টুডে ইজ নর্মাল। আমি করিয়ে খুব থ্যাঙ্কস টু মানে লায়েন্স মেম্বারকে জানাই।
আমাদের জন্য এই জন্যে রিওয়ার্ডিং পার্ট আছে কি আমরা একটা সোসাইটি এত মাসকে সার্ভ করতে পারছি।
This is an activity by which Lion can serve in a massive way.
আমি যদি না টেস্ট করাতাম আর লায়েন্সের যদি না সহযোগিতা পেতাম তাহলে আমি জানতাম না যে আমার কি আছে শরীরে, সেটা আমি নিশ্চয়ই উপকৃত হয়েছি লায়েন্সের দ্বারা।
If this pandemic has taught us anything, it is to become smart. Physical screenings were not possible. So a Lion thought, why not create an app? So let us hear how the online screening app works from Lion Vinod Devasiya.
Why diabetes? Let me tell you, my friends, 433 million people suffers from diabetes at this time all over the world, and this number is expected to reach 642 million by the year 2040. 90% of these people suffering from diabetes are of type 2. 1 in every 11 adult suffers from diabetes. 1 in every 2 person who has diabetes doesn't even know that they are diabetic. 1 person dies every 6 seconds due to diabetes somewhere in this world. There are several risk factors of diabetes. If you are a male, then you have a higher chance of getting diabetes than a female. If you are a female and you had diabetes while pregnancy, then you have a higher chance of getting diabetes. The older you get, the higher the chance of getting diabetes. If you have a close relative who has diabetes, such as your father, mother, brother, sister, then you have a high chance of getting diabetes. If you are taking high blood pressure medication, then you have a high chance of getting diabetes. If you are leading an inactive lifestyle without doing much exercises, then you have a high chance of getting diabetes. If you eat an unhealthy diet, such as burger, pizzas, drinks a lot of sugary drinks, then you have a high chance of getting diabetes. If your BMI is higher than the recommended value, then you have a higher chance of getting diabetes. The person is given a form to fill up. Based on his responses, his risk for diabetes is calculated. The score has a range from 0 to 12. If the person gets a value between 0 to 5, it indicates currently he is at low risk to diabetes. If the value is between 6 and 7, it indicates the person is having a medium risk towards diabetes. And a value of 8 to 12 indicates this person has high risk towards diabetes.
We have a website, diabetesrisk.org, where Lions clubs from anywhere in the world can take part in the campaign.
The website can be accessed using the popular devices such as desktop, mobile or a tablet.
Questions similar to the questionnaire will be asked on the website, such as your gender, age, family history of diabetes, high blood pressure, exercising habits, eating habits, and your BMI.
Once your responses are submitted, your diabetes risks code will be displayed.
How a district campaign is set up. We ask for the following details: the district name, the district governor's name, district logo, and for each of the clubs in the district, their club number and club name.
Once that info is provided, The system will generate that many web links for each of the clubs in the district. The person from the district who is in charge for the campaign will be provided with a dashboard where one can see the performances for each clubs. The report is broken down by month. One can also download certificates such as the milestones and the club's participation certificates from this dashboard. The Lions Club get to participate in the Lions International Global Cause Diabetes Service activity. The club will be provided with monthly participation certificate. With details of how many they have served, this certificate can be used to report their services to My Lions. Milestones certificates will be awarded to the clubs when they cross each service milestones, such as 50, 100, 250, 500 served and so on. Presidents who does exceptionally well in the campaign will be honored by displaying their name and photo in the Star Campaigner page of the website. You can use the sample text message that is available on the diabetesrisk.org campaign page. Edit it with your club and district details, and share it using various social media. Encourage participants who take the risk test to share their results to their Facebook and Twitter. A beautiful card which contains the test result is posted to their timeline. It also contains your club name and campaign page link.
Conduct mini health camp using your mobile.
You can ask your family members questions from the test and provide them the results from your mobile.
In a social gathering, you can conduct tests for your friends and attendee.
In the office, you can conduct tests for your co-workers.
While traveling in bus or train, you can conduct tests for passengers who are traveling with you.
Thank you. Thank you, Lion Vinod. And let me just inform our viewers that after the Lions Rotary panel discussion, Lion Vinod is also in discussions with the local Rotary leadership, offering their districts this online facility as well. We will now move on with the diabetes camps, largely for the youth. They are a regular need-based activity in some parts of the world. They help in changing lifestyles and reinforcing confidence in the youth that's affected with diabetes. Yet there are some parts of the world where Lions do not engage with such camps. But this event today could be an eye-opener. Let's start with a camp in Romania.
Fără sprijinul LCIF, acest proiect, consolidarea luptei împotriva diabetului din partea noastră a Lions România, nu ar fi fost posibilă.
Ce mai avem este medicul, nutriționistul sau psihologul care vin prin rotație și discută cu copiii dimineața, le fac un program ce mâncăm, cum mâncăm și așa mai departe, ce jocuri facem.
Primul mi-au plăcut activitățile pentru că au fost jocuri în echipă și am învățat să socializăm mai mult, am învățat să vorbim deschis și am cunoscut o altă latură a noastră, o latură mai sensibilă.
Mine m-a ajutat că am învățat să mă descurc singură.
După 9 ani, aproape 10 ani de stres și de grijă, pentru că este o grijă continuă, 24 din 24, pentru o săptămână să știu că nu mai am grija ei, este de la Dumnezeu. Deci este foarte, foarte ok.
LCIF a contribuit foarte mult la schimbarea vieții prin programele pe care le-am derulat în România.
Această tabără. Deci, practic, a fost un vis și cred că nu s-ar fi realizat dacă nu exista acest ajutor din partea LCIF.
Colaborarea cu LCIF poate într-adevăr să schimbe viețile multor oameni. De aceea este foarte important să dăruim, să donăm ceea ce poate fiecare dintre noi fundației noastre LCIF. Nu contează neapărat mărimea sumei, valoarea, ci este important ca fiecare să dăm ceea ce putem, să dăm din suflet, pentru că fiecare donație este foarte importantă și astfel contribuția fiecăruia dintre noi poate schimba viața cuiva.
Sunt foarte încântată de că o să mai fie o tabără și o aștept cu nerăbdare, arde nerăbdare, sincer.
Mulțumesc, LCIF!
Mulțumesc, LCIF!
Mulțumesc, LCIF!
Each camp is unique, and now let us follow up with some words of experience and advice from Lion Lydia Petrov-Jones from California. Let's experience the success of their camps in Southern California, including the involvement of the parents of the children who joined those camps. She also has authored an ebook that helps children follow through with their activities. Over to Lion Lydia.
This is Lion Lydia Petrov-Jones with Lion's Diabetes Camp. It is a privilege for me to introduce my Lion's Diabetes Camp of Southern California and share with you all the work that we have been doing. Lion's Diabetes Camp was founded during the LCI new platform introduction in 2017. It is important to know what type of diabetes you want to do for your camp. So we know that we have type 1 and type 2. The type 2 normally is adults. Type 1 are children. And those children cannot survive without insulin. So our first camp back in September 2017 was small camp, family camp, with children with type 1 diabetes. This camp, it took a long time to do it. It was a camp that had a lot of preparations, resources, policies, manuals, preparation for emergencies, handicap room. So it was very elaborated, but a base for all the camps to come. Our family camps is an overnight camps, about 3 to 4 days long, with families and children that come to camp free of cost. Lions provide all the camp, the food, the activities. Volunteering doctors and nurses come to camp, and we provide all the education, the management for the diabetic children. The activities are fun activities, and we teach the children how the diabetes work in their bodies during the activities, being a walking or archery or a climbing a rock, which is a very fun activities. All that is performed in our Lions Camp, Teresita Pines. Our diabetes camp is in the Ryewood Camp. The technology education, nutritional education, and day and night diabetes monitoring is one of the management that we provide at camp for children and parents. Our last camp was the camp provided in 2019. These are the children. The children are coming out of camp happier, free of stress, learn not to fear diabetes, and the most of all, they cannot wait to come back to camp the following year. We also do adult camps, and this is in the same Ryewood camp, 3 or 4 days, but it's a little bit different because now we're talking adults. We are teaching them about lifestyle, diabetes nutrition, and stress management. We provide yoga, activities, and they learn how their bodies work with diabetes, what they should do, and what they should watch for. It is a great camp, and adults cannot wait to come back to camp again. It is a really, really great experience. We had provided and will continue providing diabetes seminars when all different Lions and patients come together and interested people to learn about diabetes. Our Zoom meetup, they've been going on for over a year. It's a great support group with participants and very interactive with doctors and other specialty speakers. In summary, Lions Diabetes Camp is educating our community in managing the diabetes. Our last achievement is our Najee Diabetes book, full of resources and a workbook for you to write down a 21-day program and help you with your diabetes. My name is Lion Lydia Petrov-Jones. I am here to help you and guide you to start your own diabetes camp, your own program. I have a master's degree in electromechanical engineering and had certification and have a certification in health and wellness coaching. It is been a privilege and a honor to have a camp and serve under Lions Internationals. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Lion Lydia. And diabetes camps can be a lot of fun and learning. Engagement of Lion leaders can make the experience more meaningful. Let's watch the Lions of Alabama, United States, including our good friend PID Jerome Thompson, engage with the youth as they drum up life and enthusiasm in their camps. Over to the Lions of Alabama.
The Pound is a Pilates-based workout.
So it's kind of like a jam session. You just gotta kind of rock out to your favorite songs while you work out.
We also get to work out using drumsticks.
Lions Clubs International has partnered with the football team here at the University of Alabama, the Peach Bowl, and the school system here in Tuscaloosa to promote defeating diabetes by living healthy lifestyles.
I was diagnosed with type 1 diabetes when I was 9 years old. Thought my life was over, thought sports was over for me. But as you can see, I'm still living out my dreams, playing football and baseball at the University of Alabama.
It's always a great time to connect with students and teach them how to exercise because that'll just lead to a healthier lifestyle.
I want to tell y'all what exactly diabetes is. We're seeing a rise in type 2 diabetes in children, mostly because we're seeing a rise in obesity, and that has mostly to do with the kids are not getting the exercise outside of school that they need.
Going outside and playing 30 minutes a day or more, that's very important. Limiting that screen time to an hour, maybe a day, that's really important because we want kids to be up and moving more.
It's an opportunity for us to share with the community that with proper education, good food choices, medication management, that they can still have productive lives.
I just want to give a message to all the kids that have diabetes. Keep living, control your blood sugars. You can do anything. Don't let this stop you.
It definitely inspires me because, I've had family members who've had it, so I know that it's important for me to do its best to take care of myself.
If we focus on eating healthy and working out right now while we're still young, we can help ourselves in the future.
Our goal as Lions is to improve the quality of life for all of those who have diabetes.
And the summer youth camps for the diabetics would never be fun without the time spent in the swimming pools. Here is the review of the camp organized by the Lions of the Washington State in United States of America, where they encourage youngsters to inculcate good habits for diabetic appropriate behavior when they have all the fun.
1, 2, 3!
There's no better way to spend a hot summer day than in the pool with your fellow campers.
It's very fun.
I'm really late diving in, touching the bottom.
On the surface, this looks like your typical summer camp. But if you dive deeper, you might notice campers' insulin pumps and sensor sites, or their blood glucose being checked.
Camp Leo is special because it's one of the few opportunities for children with type 1 diabetes to experience the camp like everyone else.
Get to do a lot of fun things that you usually wouldn't be able to do anywhere else.
That was a really good shot.
A dedicated volunteer medical staff makes this possible.
Wherever I am, I feel safe because they're always with us.
Camp Leo's awesome. It's such a relief that I know he's in good hands. He's well taken care of.
Okay, thank you. Now in its 25th year, Camp Leo would not exist without Lions.
The Lions have provided consistent financial support and operational support. They send kids to camp, they come out and help us run programs.
What do you want? We're helping kids show them how to make these scrapbooks.
So what we're going to do is stay in a straight line.
I really love that we as Lions can put on something this incredible and happy and a place where kids can really grow and be safe.
Welcome to Nutrition Education.
Campers learn to count carbs and practice before each meal.
20 plus 10 will be 30.
It can get pretty complicated, especially for younger campers.
128.
The goal? To control their blood glucose levels through carb management and insulin, delivered through shots or a pump.
You count how many carbohydrates you're eating. You give the amount of insulin for that. If your blood sugar is higher, you're going to give yourself extra insulin. So every moment is a teachable moment.
There you go.
Firsts are celebrated.
I changed my own website.
I need a hug.
It's about motivating these kids to take charge of their diabetes, to do the things that scare them, so that they can go on to be happy, healthy adults one day. It's very rewarding to see the kids recognize that doing these things is just part of their everyday life.
Campers form deep bonds.
It was really easy to make lots of friends. At home, you know, like you're like the only one. Everybody's just like you, so they know how you feel.
Whenever I need help, I can just go to anyone and they're all going to be willing to help me.
Camp Leo is really the best.
That camaraderie keeps campers coming back year after year.
From 3rd grade up through 12th grade, and now I'm actually going into my first year of college, and I'm a counselor for the first time.
Most volunteer counselors are former campers, helping the next generation of children learn to manage their diabetes and live full lives.
Now, for Lions in those parts of the world where we have not been organizing such youth diabetic camps, hasn't that been an eye-opener? Perhaps that would be truly the food for thought for the future. Let's move on. Specialty clubs are being chartered in various parts of the world to bring together people bound by a common cause. Let's get informed how diabetes specialty clubs are continuing to grow across all 8 constitutional areas.
specialty clubs which are working with diabetes. Isn't that something wonderful? Another very popular activities which Lions undertake for combating diabetes is the Strides Walk. Lions Clubs International on its website has a lot of resources which really help you if you would like to organize a Strides Walk. But here we have with us past International Director Bruce Beck, who will share how his district organizes and how his club organizes the Strides Walk year after year. Past International Director Bruce Beck.
Greetings, Lions. Namaste. And thank you. I am so pleased to be with you today. And as we talk about doing a Lions Club International Strides Walk for diabetes awareness. So if a club or district is looking at putting on a Strides Walk service activity, typically in my club, we have done this for over 10 years. It is an annual event that we've worked on. And so our committee usually gets together 3 to 4 months ahead of time. And we want to get the planning so that we're all organized and ready on the day of the event. We decided the first year that we wanted to make this an annual event because diabetes was very important for our club. And in doing so, I want to encourage you, if you want to do it more than one time, pick the weekend that you can do year after year after year, because once people know, it's always for us, it's the first weekend in August, and people know that and save it on their calendar in their planning, which is very helpful for getting returns. We use a city street. It could be on a designated hiking trail or in a arboretum area that's beautiful or scenic to look at. In the photograph you see, in the picture of the Mississippi River, we walk up the road that parallels the Mississippi River, and it's just a beautiful scenic walk. On the next slide, the day of the event, we get everyone to sign in and register. We have a registration table. We charge them $20 or $25 to participate because they know it's a fundraiser. But we also ask their shirt size, so they get a T-shirt promoting the Strides Walk, and we put the year. What we've discovered is many walkers who return collect those, and they want a new shirt each year showing that they walked. I want to encourage you to take lots of photos, not only of your club members, but of the participants, and show them having fun, because you can use those in promoting what a successful event you had. You can use it for marketing the next year, showing everyone what a great time they had. And what I have learned about Lions and Fun, you see the back of our T-shirt. That was our 10th anniversary year. That's the old guys celebrating. I'm one of the old guys there. We take a group photo showing people energized and pumped up about getting ready to go out on the walk. Just shows some of the youth. We get many youth engaged. They're energetic, they're excited, and they always bring an additional fun dimension to the event. And I encourage you to get the youth to come and participate in your walk. Our event is always held rain or shine. And the attendees know that, and so whether they have a rain poncho or whatever, so far we have never been rained out. Well, I hope our luck continues. As the walk is completed, please, what I should have started with is when the race starts, have somebody with the stopwatch or a timer to start when they begin. And the reason we do this is because some of our attendees are very competitive and they want to run the Strides Walk event. It's a Strides Run Walk. And the runners are very, very competitive. And so we always keep track of the top 3 finishers, and they want to know their time because it's a matter of honor, I believe. And so they want to know how quickly they completed the event. So if you have a timer that will do the start and the completion times of at least the top 3 or 5 competitors, the attendees, that would be very helpful. When they do complete, always have fresh water available, bottled water, and fresh cut fruit. We have watermelons and other melon slices cut up and easy to eat with the fingers. And we be sure to thank them and congratulate them for competing. And we always remind them we look forward to having you back next year, because and we have many attendees who come every year. They believe in supporting diabetes, and this is one thing that they choose to do to help and make it look good. People rarely succeed unless they have fun in what they are doing, and I am convinced of that in any Lions activity, but even more so with the Strides Walk. If they're having fun, they will come back. It's a powerful tool to help you raise funds. It's a healthy activity, not only for your membership, but for your community, and it's promoting a healthy lifestyle and diabetes awareness. I strongly encourage you to consider it or think about it as one of your club service activities. Plus, you can raise some funds for the Diabetes Fund at LCI.
You could see the passion on the face of past Director Bruce as he spoke about the Strides Walk. In this next section, we will have Lion Laurie from the Suffolk Country Lions Club 20S share how they raise funds by promoting the Strides Walk. Over to Lion Laurie.
So the Suffolk County Lions Diabetes Education Foundation in Suffolk County, New York, District 20S, held a Strides Walk. And the way that we raised money during this walk was a couple of ways. The first way was we offered trail markers, which for those of you who hold golf outings, it's similar to a T sign at a golf outing. We put trail markers up. They were sponsored by clubs or businesses or individuals, and they were $50 per sign, and they lined the walkway so as people walked, they would see them. And on the bottom was our diabetes logo to remind people why we were walking that day. We also had a lot of word of mouth, which we built a mailing list from. So Lions on the foundation, there are 10 members on the foundation. They each belong to a Lions club in the district and spoke to their clubs about it so that we got their club support. We asked for the individual Lions in the clubs to support us. We asked for them to let their friends and families know about the walk, because so many people are affected by diabetes that sadly, almost everybody would at least know somebody, if not have diabetes themselves. So there's a great interest in supporting this cause. We also reached out to friends in other Lions districts local to us, and we built the mailing list and kept everybody up to date with the mailing list, and that carries over from year to year. We also attended a hospital's health fair day, and we had a table at the event, and we had trifolds about our walk with us. And there was one section where people that were interested in participating in our walk could fill it out with their contact information, which we then added to our mailing list. And when the walk date was determined, we were able to include those new people in our walk and have more people walking each year and participating, whether it's donations, walking, or trail markers. So that's essentially how we raised money for this event.
I'm sure there are many clubs, many districts who organize these Strides Walks, and you would love to hear about them as we go about this episodes. You can write to us, you can write on the chat pane, and we will all learn from what you do too. Lions Club of Ohio County, the virtual Lions Club, which was started just a year back, was probably the first one to start the virtual marathons. Of course, many have followed since then. And an ardent participant of this was Lion Laurie Sheehan, the spouse of our Vice President Brian Sheehan, but more of a fitness consultant who always promotes healthy lifestyle. Here, she's in conversation with Lion Matt Raff from the Ohio County Virtual Lions Club, as both of them discuss the merits of holding a marathon and a virtual marathon at that. Let's hear Laurie and Matt as they discuss the virtual marathons.
When we first started as a club back in February, we're a relatively new club, and we were looking for some fundraiser options at the time of the pandemic when it was really kind of spiking here in the United States in certain areas. And so we noticed that there were a number of marathon races that were being canceled as a result of it. And anyone who like knows a marathon runner, that is just like crushing to them. We thought about how we might be able to meet a need for a certain population and then turn it into a fundraiser for ourselves as well. So what we did was we created a virtual 5K race where people would be able to submit their times and their race fees to us. We ended up generating, I think, close to $1,000 over all 5 races. And it's an ongoing project for us. So people can still go and race and record their times, and they will receive a medal that shows that they won, they completed the race with each of the global causes on the medal. We also anticipate possibly rolling it out and doing new races each year that kind of freshen up the fundraiser. So we may have one that's specific to kids because we're a specialty club that focuses on children, or some other cause, maybe a humanitarian effort or something that is a need in our community.
I first want to thank you for even offering that, because I think, like you said, it was kind of at the beginning of the pandemic. We were all home. It just gave me something to do, healthy, release some endorphins. And it was just, and it was for a good cause, of course. So it was just a win-win. And I enjoyed, I was one that ran all the races, and the medals are beautiful. I had even forgotten we were getting medals. I just was so happy to participate. And then I got the package in the mail, and I had these beautiful medals. So I have them hanging in my gym. I hope you know that what you provided, how much it meant to me, and I know to other people that have run, and that positive impact that you've had on so many just by this one project. Really, really appreciate it.
That's awesome. That means a lot. And I can't wait to share that with the rest of the club. The proceeds from each race, if they ran the hunger race, we put all that money into a hunger cause. If it were for the diabetes race, all that money goes back into the diabetes cause. It allowed us to be able to put a bunch of money very early on when we didn't have a treasury into each of the 5 causes, which was a huge success for us.
Did you find it difficult? Because I've had a lot of Lions contact me about these virtual runs. Did you find it difficult to set it up?
Not at all. So we used a platform called JotForm that you can actually set up like an online store. And that's essentially what we did. Was we created an online store specific to these races, and then they could complete the form. They could go ahead and pay for it using a credit card or PayPal. It sends it all directly to us. Then we would send them a follow-up email and giving them the instructions on how to report back to us with their times, and giving people the opportunity to share their times and their pictures and whatnot on social media. So as far as the setting it up part, that particular platform was very easy for us to use. And since then, we've also grown into creating an online store using that same platform on our website. By using that, we got comfortable enough to then roll it out into other fundraisers that we're doing.
Oh, wonderful. Well, I hope that people, and you might even want to mention your website and Facebook page, because you guys just have so many great projects. This is just one of several online kind of projects that you guys do. I saw that you have the online sale, virtual sale as well. So I hope people do check out your page because it is full of information. Again, while our clubs are just not serving in a normal way right now, we're still not gathering in most places. I just found a lot of ideas that I know my club is implementing as well. Keep running for causes, and you guys were the start of that.
Well, and I can honestly say I'm also not a runner. Impact of running isn't very good on them, but I have walked each of the races. And, it doesn't matter, whether you come in first or last, it matters if you finish. And so,
Exactly.
We encourage people to participate at whatever activity level they're able to. Just know that we're, really excited to include more people in that. And because it's an ongoing fundraiser, anybody that's watching this right now, they can do it right now. It's something that we're dedicated to continuing, and then possibly growing into other races year after year to make sure that people are given that outlet year after year.
Virtual marathons. We heard about the Strides Walk. Lab the Map is another such activity which is taking place in Australia. We have Lion Pat Mills, who's going to be speaking about what Lab the Map is. A walk with a difference, a walk with a twist, but that little twist makes all the difference. Over to Pat Mills from Australia.
Good evening. My name is Pat Mills. I am the Diabetes Coordinator for MD201 in Australia. In 2019, our Council of Governors adopted that Council, in relation to diabetes, would like to promote activities and projects that promoted healthy lifestyle and to improve education and awareness about diabetes. So what we decided to do was do what we call Lap the Map for Diabetes. Lap the Map is just letting us know, let's say that we walk around Australia, if you like. So club members decided that what they would do is go for long walks, short walks. They could hop in a canoe and row their canoe and count the kilometres. So at the end of this, it was associated with World Diabetes Day on November the 14th, clubs then let me know how many people had walked, how many people were non-Lions, and how many people were Lions. It was very, very important to get the non-Lions walkers, as these could be followed up as potential members for Lions clubs in the future. What has happened with this is it became a very, very successful walk project, if you like. Some people ran, some people walked, some people rode their bikes, some people walked on treadmills. We had some people who climbed mountains and added those kilometres on to something that they would do. But it's the exercise that it was, and it's a part of wellness for diabetes. So in 2019, when we first did this project, it was a little bit wobbly to start with, a little bit shaky for people to start with, to get together to know what to do, and they walked 14,000 kilometres. That's Lions around Australia. But in 2020, I'm very excited to let everybody know that Lions in Australia walked 200,000 kilometres. So it was very, very successful. It's an easy project to do. Everybody just needs to get together and go for a walk together. So it was a very enjoyable project to do, and I'm sure that people around the world would be able to do the same thing. Maybe it's like Strides in the United States, but we just put our own slant on it and called it Lap the Map. In an actual fact, this year we have lapped the world, lapped Australia, lapped Australia 7 times. So what we're going to aim for next year, we think, is aim for the moon, which is 700,000 kilometres. But that's just something exciting that maybe that we can do in the future. But it's a nice, easy project. It's encouraging wellness and exercise for diabetes. And I think it's a nice, easy project for us all to do.
Thank you so much, Pat. We would again like to reiterate that there would be so many clubs organizing runs in different ways. These are just a very few examples of those kind of runs. To effectively tell our story, measure our impact, it is necessary and critical that all clubs report these service activities. Reporting is so easy. Just follow these few steps.
So friends, let's move on. And not many of us may be aware that apart from the leader dogs for the visually impaired, dogs are also trained to support patients whose blood sugar levels are prone to significant changes, even while those patients may be asleep. I was first introduced to these kind of dogs when I was visiting Australia for one of the district conventions. I was simply amazed. And Lions in Canada and Australia have been encouraging the training and breeding of such dogs. Let's have a view of what our friends in Canada are doing.
I've been here for 16 years. I've worked in 4 different programs at Dog Guides. Our diabetic alert dogs help people with type 1 diabetes, specifically clients who have hypoglycemic unawareness, which means their blood sugars can drop to dangerous low levels without any signs or symptoms. Some diabetics will feel shaky or irritable, so they'll know their sugars are low. Our clients don't. So there's always a risk of going unconscious, going into a diabetic coma, or seizures. So what our dogs do is alert when their blood sugars are at a 4.5 or lower, and that way they can take some sugar to bring themselves up to normal range. So the dogs are trained to alert to the low blood sugar. What they're actually recognizing is a chemical change in the blood. The way we train that is with scent pots. So we have volunteers who have diabetes, and when they're at a 4.5 or lower, they will either breathe into a scent pot or saturate a piece of dental gauze. Eventually, once the dog recognizes the scent, we train the alert, which is a paw.
Yes, good girl. Good job. Well done. Good girl.
So once the dogs are paired with their clients when they're having a natural low or a live low, the dog will detect that drop in sugar, and the dog will place a paw on the client, and then the client will test to make sure the dog is accurate.
I'm retired, but I'm constantly out working with pallets, building this, building that. I get out in the garage and start building, and the next thing I know, I'm down to 2, and I have to struggle to get back to the house. So I'm not recognizing that things have gotten low. Well, we were looking, because of my not recognizing the lows, online at various options, and one of our connections said, "Have you tried the Lions Foundation?"
My favorite part of the job is seeing the dogs work with their person. When they're doing their job, when they're alerting to the live lows, and you see the smile on the client's face and they see what their future looks like with the dog, that's amazing. The most rewarding part of the job is when, as a trainer, I get to see dogs that I've spent 6 months training, work with their person, and do their job, alerting to their lows, fetching their glucometer kit.
Awesome. Good girl. Good job. Good girl. Okay, so again, open the door. I put my back against the door. My dog does a spin. Good girl.
The dogs are incredibly important to our clients. They offer a sense of independence and safety, not only to the client, but to their families. So the clients can go about their daily lives without that worry of their blood sugar dropping and then them being in a potentially dangerous situation. So the dogs really give them that confidence to know they have that four-legged friend who's going to let them know when they need that help to take some sugar and keep themselves safe.
And yes, I love my service dog. Her name is Rhea. At this point in time, she's just not sure that she should be with me because we've only had a few hours together. I just really appreciate what these people are doing here. I mean, there are so many people involved, working with so many different dogs. And I mean, dogs are so well behaved. And yeah, for me to be a stranger to this lady, and then she just comes and sits beside me, isn't, being disruptive, very calm, very gentle.
Now, friends, isn't that amazing? Doesn't that give you that extra sense of pride in wearing the Lions lapel pin, in understanding what the Lions are doing all over the world in so many different ways, and some things that we may not be doing in our own districts and multiple districts? Maybe that's the food for thought. Maybe this could be the starting point. That's the purpose of this series, Diversity in Service. We will now celebrate the success of the Diabetic Center that the Lions of Kenya in Constitutional Area 8, Africa, have established. Let's watch this clip and hear from PID Manoj Shah.
Diabetes is a metabolic disease that causes high blood sugar. With diabetes, your body either doesn't make enough insulin or can't effectively use the insulin it produces.
Being a diabetic myself for over 25 years, I can only visualize and realize what diabetics go through all over the world. This is becoming a worldwide epidemic and is really one of the biggest 4 killers in the world as far as health is concerned.
Under the expert direction and guidance of Chairman of MP Shah Hospital and Vice Chairperson of Lionside First Eye Hospital, Dr. Manoj Shah, and the Chairman of Lionside First Eye Hospital and Vice Chairman of MP Shah Hospital, Dr. Manilal Dothia, Aritas Health Limited was given a task to create an exceptional diabetes care center service model in Kenya, which was a long-term dream and vision of Dr. Manoj Shah and Dr. Manilal Dothia. The 2017-2018 International President of Lions Club International, Dr. Naresh Agrawal, inaugurated the first comprehensive Lions Diabetes Care Center in Kenya at the MP Shah Hospital on Sunday, 23rd of April 2017. 2 days later, on Tuesday, 25th April of 2017, Dr. Naresh Agrawal inaugurated the second DCC at Lionside First Eye Hospital. The concept behind the design of the Diabetes Care Center is to deliver better services to patients with long-term conditions.
Over the last 3 years, the Lions Diabetes Care Center has become truly a brand name by helping thousands of people who are in dire need of managing their diabetes effectively through the services that are provided at the Lions Diabetes Care Centers.
William came in because he had stood on a nail while feeding his goats, and because he's diabetic and has sensory neuropathy, he did not know that he had injured himself. It was of paramount importance that we called the vascular surgeon in.
So we said we have to operate on him the same day, regardless of whether he could afford it or not. It had to be done to save his foot.
Nephrologists, cardiologists, bariatric surgeons, podiatrists, counselors, and many other services, including ophthalmologists, are available at all times to support and manage our diabetic patients.
Diabetes is a growing epidemic worldwide, and the MP Shah Hospital schedules outreach camps to identify those individuals who are working with diabetes. For example, an outreach camp was held in Kibera area, where 306 people, including school children and adults, were screened. The main issues encountered were high sugars and poor food care. The outreach program has received a warm welcome as communities have benefited from free outreach camps, as many of the members of the public do not regularly see a healthcare provider due to affordability.
It is only my vision, my wish, and my desire to enhance the Lions Diabetes Care Centers and to build it up to become a robust diabetes management care platform where people can truly benefit all under one roof.
The Lions Club of Nairobi Phoenix primary focus is addressing the prevalence of diabetes in Kenya, as it is on the increase and has dedicated its services to the fight against diabetes. This will enable a widespread awareness and education of diabetes amongst communities, as well as schools, colleges, universities, and places of worship. Since diabetes was launched as part of one of the key focus points in the Lions Club International portfolio, many Lions Clubs in Kenya have actively taken the role to support diabetes initiatives in one way or another. The clubs have been very instrumental in pushing this through camps, support groups, and other means. Together, we have jointly managed to help thousands and thousands of lives and counting.
Friends, the Lions from Crossville in Michigan also have a success story with their diabetes center. As I said earlier, approaches may differ, but the goal is the same. Let's look at this short clipping with the Lions from Crossville in Michigan.
The Lions of Crossville, in partnership with the City of Crossville Community Health and Fitness Center, established the Community Diabetes Center, located in the city of Crossville. It's run by volunteers from the Lions Club and the community. District Governor Dr. Sammy McCool, 11D2, Michigan.
We looked at what was happening in our community right now, and in talking with our local pharmacist, he is servicing 750 or more people with insulin alone, and that doesn't count the oral medications or other medications that people would be using in our small town. It really started with Lions Clubs International trying to prevent diabetes and its complications as one of their big projects. And I knew that we had a lot of people in our town that were fighting diabetes. They didn't want to travel distances to get services. And so I talked to our Crossville Lions Club, and we decided we wanted to do something in our own community to help the people in our community.
We are hoping to really gather families in the community and out of the community. Our intention is to provide services related to education of diabetes, why we need to prevent it so that we don't become people that have amputations as a result of diabetes or have strokes as a result of diabetes. One important component, I think, of our educational center is support. So we hope to develop some support groups where people can come, family members can come, or children can come and talk about what it's like to live with diabetes.
Anyone who is wanting more education
You do not have to be diagnosed with diabetes or pre-diabetes. You might have someone in your family who has diabetes and you want to be able to help that person. So we would provide services to you for that. Anyone in our community, not just in the town of Croswell, but we're looking at a whole community going to our surrounding towns as well.
Some of our classes are going to be living with diabetes, what it's like to be having diabetes. Then we're going to have a class called Diabetes 101, which really talks about the changes that can occur if one has diabetes. And then we're going to have some meal planning. Then we're going to have nutrition classes. We're also going to have maybe some cooking classes so people can learn that we can change the way we cook so that our foods taste good. The other piece, we're going to have some alternate lifestyle types of projects or programs. For example, we may use aromatherapy, maybe a class that we talk about aromatherapy and diabetes.
Okay, our staff is composed of all volunteers. Some are Lions members, some are members from the community. They will all have an orientation that they will go through, and so that they know exactly how to handle situations in a professional way. We will be offering by appointment times when people can come if they wish to talk to a registered nurse. Or we do have one of our Lions members is a certified diabetes educator. She has had extra training in diabetes. We will be offering classes. They will be scheduled. And we are trying to offer those at times that will be convenient for the people in our community to be able to attend.
International Foundation supports Lions Clubs as they go about their projects. Let's hear about the Lions Clubs International Foundation's grants for diabetes. Let's hear from our experts at the foundation.
So what types of projects are eligible for a diabetes grant? LCIF Diabetes Grants provide support for 4 specific intervention areas. The first I'd like to mention are youth camps and retreats that encourage interaction and education amongst peers in a positive, medically safe environment. Another intervention area is human resource training to establish or expand professional level medical expertise or train community diabetes educators. Diabetes grants also fund infrastructure development to improve diabetes healthcare access through renovation of diabetes care and education facilities, as well as the provision of equipment. And the final intervention area is community screening activities that are designed to identify at-risk individuals and that are organized in partnership with healthcare professionals. Screening activities must also ensure that there is a follow-up care protocol in place. So now let's go over some of the key criteria for diabetes grants. Funding is available between US $10,000 and $150,000 for districts and up to US $250,000 for multiple districts. LCIF matches up to 75% of the total project, which means that Lions are responsible for at least 25% in local matching funds. The matching funds must be contributed as cash. So while in-kind donations do not count toward the match, they can still strengthen the overall request. Grants are reviewed in August, January, and May during LCIF Board of Trustees meetings, and the due date is 90 days before those meetings. However, the review process can take some time depending on the development of the grant application, so the earlier you submit an application, the better to avoid delays. At any given time, only 2 diabetes grants can be open for a single district, and 1 diabetes grant can be open for a multiple district. Having an open diabetes grant does not affect a district or multiple districts' ability to apply for other grant programs. so long as that active diabetes grant is in good standing. Additionally, grants must be submitted by the local Lions district or multiple district, and Lions are also the recipient of the grant award.
This is so easy to do, and I would encourage Lions to apply for this grant. International Director Lion Naval Malu supported and helped Lions Club of Nanded host to apply for a grant. In this next segment, he talks about how he supported the Lions so that they could avail the grant and create a diabetes care center. Director Malu.
Director Malu, thank you very much for doing this for us. And we would like to learn how you were instrumental in helping Lions prepare the diabetes grant report, and how did you go about preparing it and helping the Lions? So could you share the details about that, please?
I tell everywhere, every club should have some or the other project for diabetes. Maybe awareness program, it's not a financial aspect, but everyone should work for diabetes. And International or LCIF has started this grant program for diabetes. I was trying to call each and every governor, you should take this initiative apart from the matching grants. This is a need of the time, and we should prepare a project and we should submit. I had with my club members and some of our Lions in my district, we took a project. We sat for about 7 to 10 days, what we can do. I consulted, I have a good friend, diabetologist in my city. So he came 3-4 times and we sat together and what we can do regarding diabetes and what we can do as a permanent service project. So the things came on that doctor also, he guided, and we have a diabetes association in Aurangabad. So those people have also agreed, we will be in touch, we'll be giving our services. So basically, we need diabetologists if it is a metro city, or we need physicians from that city, MD medicine people who can be a part of it, because getting grant is one thing and running it smoothly is an important aspect. So we have to see that if there is a diabetes association, we can contact them. Everyone is ready to help, or the physicians association of that city, or if not, then Indian Medical Association. We can have some good general practitioners who can help regarding the running of the clinic. We can have one clinic which can be twice in a week, which can be thrice in a week, or which can be on a daily basis, maybe in the afternoons 3 to 5 or 4 to 6 when the doctors are comparatively free. And then we can have some fortnightly or 1 monthly camp sort of thing for the complicated cases where 2 or 3 consultants can come. We can request them, we can fix the days, and we can sort out about the complicated cases or the uncontrolled diabetics. 80% people live in rural areas. So we thought of a mobile van, like every project we should have a mobile van which can cover a radius of maybe 50 kilometers or 100 kilometers. And then also that the Diabetes Association people said our doctors can give one Sunday, like maybe if 8 doctors are there, only one visit in 2 months, or if 12 are there, and one visit in 3 months, that they can very well give. If someone has any problem, they can alternate their duties, so that they help us a lot, because we need expertise opinion. So we planned that we'll have visits in the rural areas. We can have blood sugar testing there. We can have a regular fasting and post meals also there, or we can take the glucometers also there. And we have to focus on 3 type of people, target people, like above 40 years, then obese, those who are overweight, and thirdly, those who have a strong family history. So we have to work on that basis. And definitely there is a lot to do, because symptoms may arise very late. So we have to see for early detection, and the people get early treatment and proper advice regarding the disease. So we can have a lab setup also. So we planned a project, clinic plus lab and a mobile van. So we can serve in a 3-fold way. So that can be done. and you can target the population. You can tell the clubs, like we have 20 clubs in Aurangabad, so they can take camps through their clubs. They can take camps at certain places, and we can tell the newspaper people also. There's no need of ad. They are also ready to help. So we want more and more people. We want them. They take regular treatment. They consult the doctors regularly. Proper as and when required, they can consult also. They have some complications or whatever. Like, so this is a basic thing. Every project should have these three things.
Right. I think what I understand is the community needs assessment was very important that you did. Then you found a person who was going to support you and help you. And then now you have also set up the clinic as well as the mobile van. So that is fantastic and really nice to see also the way the clinic is running. As a director and as a medical practitioner, how did you put these two together to help leverage the situation, and how could you assist the Lions even more?
As a doctor, first I see that we just don't want to diagnose the things and just set it. Like we do so many general camps, or we tell them you have this problem and the thing is closed. We don't want like that. We want a long-term treatment, or we have to get rid of that problem or go to the root of that problem, so that we can help them. Some sort of foot care, some operative is needed, or some people have eye problem, so they need surgeries, eye surgeon or a super specialist, or then they can be taken there. Since I became a club president, I had conducted 1400 operations that time, 96, 97. That was the highest in the world by any club. So I try to focus on medical projects as a doctor also, and like international is supporting very well. So we should avail this thing, and we can start permanent projects or service temples regarding diabetes in every district. We should have. That's what I feel. As a doctor, as a director, we have less number of projects, but we should give some concrete thing to the society. That's what I feel.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Dr. Naval Malu, International Director. My friends, we are scheduled to close this program in about a minute, but I would seek your indulgence. We would need about 4 to 4.5 minutes more. So I think you will kindly permit us for that. The Lions in Eastern India are proud of their state-of-art eye hospital in Siliguri. This facility also has been providing support in the field of diabetic retinopathy. With comments from PID Hora, let's learn of their success story.
Diabetic retinopathy cannot be cured, but with the early detection, it can be managed and it can be stopped. So a regular treatment and regular visit to their doctor is required. Even those people who are managing diabetes well, they should regularly visit at least once in a year for the detailed examination of eye to see that retina is not affected. Awareness of diabetes is very, very important. Siliguri Greater Lions Eye Hospital is in service of people since last 40 years. It has all the departments and performs nearly 20,000 surgeries annually. Siliguri Greater Lions Eye Hospital is doing a lot of activities for creating awareness about the diabetes and retinopathy. Particularly during the month of November, which is World Diabetic Month, we do a lot of activities on the ground. Also, we engage people online. Siliguri Greater Lions Eye Hospital also has a full-fledged training department wherein we are including the awareness programs on diabetes and also the retina training program. We are trying to engage other Lions and non-Lions hospitals through our training program so that we can reach to the more people suffering from diabetes and that suffering from diabetic retinopathy. Hospital had been supported by World Diabetic Foundation for the retina department, and also some of the equipments are funded by Site First Grant Department of Lions Clubs International Foundation. In Eastern India, there are not many services or facilities available for the retinopathy departments. Salute Greater Lions Eye Hospital is bridging this gap, and we have further plans to expand this program in the coming year.
Let us fight together for the control and treatment of diabetic retinopathy. Thank you very much.
Friends, it's not quite uncommon to merge dancing with physical exercising. The Lions from Pasig Host Lions Club in Philippines have put together this video that everyone could use. More so if you are diabetic or prone to being diabetic. Let's watch the video.
Move it! I like to move it, move it. I like to move it, move it. I like to move it, move it. You like to move it!
Wine your body, wiggle your belly, dip and go down in the new style. Wine and go up, wine and go down, bubble and rock to the new style around. Are you feel line it up? Are you feel wine it up? I do the boom shakalaka to the dance out boom. I say the wine your body, you wiggle your belly, you dip and go down in the new style. Wine and go up, wine and go down, bubble and rock at the new style around. Now you feel line it up, I you feel grind it up, I you feel boom shakalaka to the dance out pool.
I trust and hope each of you are as energized, not only with this dance, but with all those projects that we heard about. On behalf of past International Director Line A.P. Singh and myself, and the entire team of Eastern India Lions Leadership Academy, we would like to thank our Vice President, Dr. Patty Hill, who has been helping us right from the beginning of conceptualizing this project. Past International President Kajit Habarananda for sparing his time and being with us as we kicked off this wonderful series. We would also like to thank Jennifer Mack from Lions Clubs International, the Service Activities Division, and her team who supported us with the research and for doing and coming up with some wonderful ideas. We are also thankful to the Roar with Rishi team. Of course, and most importantly, Leo Lion Board Liaison Ayush Bagla and the CS6 International panelist Leo Akshit Bagla and Leo President Ritvik Bhavsinka for their support in handling all the technicalities of this episode. The next episode is on Wednesday, 3rd February, same time. And in that episode, we will be focusing on lions feeding the hungry. See you then. Good night, good day, and thank you everybody for joining in.